guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have a really interesting video topic that was suggested to me by one of you over on my Instagram. This is going to be a plug for my Instagram. Please go follow me there. I run polls there, I ask you guys questions, and you guys see a little bit more of like the day-to-day version of my life, more so than the glossy, well-lit and caked in concealer version of myself. But yes, so this was a suggestion from one of you. We're gonna talk today about Amazon sued influencers for marketing counterfeit goods. There's a lot to tackle here, base level details that we need to get through, and I just think it's interesting. Have you heard about this? And if you have heard about this, what are your thoughts? I'm going to leave some of the sources and links down below, including a press release from Amazon themselves. That's all to come. Stay tuned and comment down below what your thoughts are on this entire situation if you've heard about it. So first and foremost, we're gonna get one thing out of the way. There is sort of like a recent culture thing around influencers and dupes. I just want you guys to know that I have used the word dupe before in many videos, and I am not using it to talk about fake and counterfeit bags. To me, and I always make this distinction because it doesn't seem like this definition is being like translated from video to video. Dupes to me are not counterfeits. To me, a dupe is something that is of a similar style. A dupe is something that incorporates design features from someone else. These earrings, for example, have the woven Chanel chain. I hope you can see that, right? These are not Chanel earrings. I bought these earrings on eBay many years ago. This is not counterfeiting. Nowhere on these earrings does it say Chanel. There is no logos or anything. If you know Chanel, you'll know this is inspired by Chanel, but they are not Chanel, nor do they pretend to be. That said, designer dupes, what they're selling are fake bags. We're gonna use the word counterfeit or replica. This whole dupe thing, like a lot of these influencers are using it in such a way that I think is possibly could be confusing to the consumers, and I think it needs to stop. So basically, the reason that these influencers were sued was because Amazon found out that they were using their social media channels to promote things called hidden links. Hidden links are listings for counterfeit goods that outwardly showing you something generic, something unbranded, and you know that if you purchase this item, there's really another item that's going to be coming to you. Buy this, and they would show the generic item, get this, or receive this, or something to that effect, and it would be a counterfeit like Dior or a counterfeit Dior bag or a Gucci belt or something like that, and that was from buying something on Amazon Prime that was completely unbranded and just looked completely innocuous. So these girls, not only were they doing this swipe up story of like buy this, get that, but they were like full on like showing in their blog posts that, again, screenshots are in that article down below. Please go check it out, of exactly what came out of the bag. They told you like what it comes with and everything. Like it was just so completely deliberate and brazen that like there is, in my opinion, like no way to reconcile that. Like, no, you knew what you were doing. They knew that it was something that needed to be hidden. So with the Amazon terms of service, like you are not allowed to sell counterfeits. And I also imagine that you're not allowed to misrepresent your product listing either. That's just something I'm assuming, knowing like what it's like to sell on different types of platforms. Given that they're using the Amazon platform and the Amazon platform is like paying money to them for blatantly breaking the policies, is this lawsuit fair game? I think so. This is the repercussion for engaging in illegal activity. Like, sorry. You know, this is not something that is okay. I think all of us just need to, not all of us necessarily, but I just think that like the whole counterfeit culture, I have tried to get it and I can't get it. Another thing is that we're gonna come outwardly and say that this channel does not believe in or support counterfeiting in any capacity. I know a lot of people like to do the whole like disclaimer of it's not for me to tell you how to spend your money. Of course it's not. But counterfeits are not supported here. I don't support anyone's decision to knowingly buy counterfeit goods. I don't support that. I don't. I think that if you're unwilling or unable to spend a certain amount of money on a luxury designer good, I don't see anything wrong with that. That's very normal. More often than not, things that I can't afford to add to my wardrobe because they are too expensive and they're outside of my current budgetary requirements. So that means that I don't get to have it. And I think that we should really do a better job of like normalizing like these things are out of our price ranges, and that's okay. If you don't have $5,000, let's say, for a Chanel bag, then maybe you don't get to have one, and that's fine. Why would a person do that? It just throws me. I've never understood the need to flex that badly. I don't get it. Anyways, no, the reason why this is a problem though is that like the more outlets there are for counterfeit goods, the more counterfeits are going to make it onto the resale and secondary markets where, hello, I work, you guys shop in, and it is safer for all of us in our pre-loved shopping activities if there are less counterfeits out there on the market. With this lawsuit, like, how do I feel that they're, you know, the big corporation Amazon is suing two little people that probably have like a tripod and a camera just like me? Well, don't engage in illegal activity. Don't do that, because this is what can happen. This is just a guess. I am not a lawyer, but I imagine that there are funds that have been distributed to these people through like the Amazon influencer programs. Amazon does pay influencers for, commissions on some of their sales through the Amazon platform, and they probably want that money back. And that's why I guess that this is the kind of thing that lawsuits in my eyes were created for. Again, not a lawyer. If any of you are lawyers, please chime in. What do you think they are suing for? I don't know how any of this works, so I'd love to hear your thoughts if you have some insights. But yeah, the other thing too is that a lot of fully legitimate resellers, you know, consignment stores, especially small businesses, especially this year in 2020 when there have been so many small businesses that haven't made it, are using platforms like Instagram to resell their merchandise. And because of shady stuff like this, it has made the business a lot more difficult for the legitimate people who do not sell counterfeits and who are just reselling things that are secondhand. A lot of the time, like, the consignment sellers are getting flagged, and sometimes their accounts can get like locked or something like that, because unfortunately the big corporations don't necessarily know the difference between a counterfeit belt and a belt that someone bought from the store and then decided was too small for them or whatever and decided to sell using a consignment service. That's not something the technology and the, you know, powerful people at the top have quite been able to figure out just yet. And as a result, because of people like this doing illegal shit like this, the rest of us are suffering. Well, I hate to use the word suffering, but this is not helpful to small businesses. So while I do believe that all of these people engaging in these Amazon transactions were fully willing participants in, you know, buying counterfeit goods, what happens and what has always happened is that downstream, these people end up passing these items along in some way. Sometimes they end up in thrift stores, sometimes they end up as gifts and going to sell that with a reseller such as myself. That, unfortunately, and as much as I don't enjoy saying this, like, not every small consignment business has a KWSHOPS on their payroll. As much as I don't enjoy tooting my own horn, like, authentication is something that is really important to me, that I'm actually really good at, and that is not necessarily the case for every single consignment and resale shop in the entire country or world. So more counterfeits available makes all of us less safe. While they may know that the item is fake, the person that ends up with the item five years from now may not necessarily know and may not know, and I'm gonna have to deal with it. And I hate to be the person to say that your favorite aunt that gave you this great bag gave you a fake. It's really awkward. It's really awkward, and I would really like to never have to do that again. This isn't about me. Was I surprised? I was definitely surprised. Like, it is not normally like within my worldview to take the side of an Amazon-sized corporation over a little guy, but honestly, these people were doing shady, dirty stuff, and there need to be repercussions for this. It's not okay, and this is not how people should be engaging in business practices. Just my opinion. So I would love to hear your thoughts on this matter. We know that this is a no fake zone. We're not about the fakes here, but had you heard about this influencer lawsuit? Have you heard, or had you ever heard about hidden Amazon listings or anything like that? So I want to hear your thoughts. What are your thoughts on this matter? The press release and a couple of articles about this situation will be linked down below. I just do want to also note that obviously the suppliers were a part of the lawsuit. It was like 16 suppliers and then the 2 influencers, but you know, a splashy, sexy headline that's gonna get people's attention. It's gonna say that Amazon sued bloggers. Let me know if you feel like I got any of this wrong, because it's entirely possible. But I just do want to hear your thoughts. So I'm going to leave this video here about the authentication process, and I also am going to have one coming up of like how to know a seller is shady and might be sending you something that is counterfeit. So stay tuned for that. So until then, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!